Hello, folks. What's up?
What up, Jay?
How's it going? How you doing?
I'm doing, man. I'm doing. Life is life, and you know what I mean.
Life is life, bro. We haven't been here in a minute.
Yeah, dude. It's been like a week since we recorded, man, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm a little rusty.
Man, I'm the same way. I'm sitting back here like watching my son play video games, trying to get in the groove of things. Man, today was just busy, man. It's you get one of those days, you get in a mindset, and then you're just like, ugh.
I was busy, but busy for no reason. Like I didn't have shit to do today. I just made shit for me to do today. It was like, oh, I want to go to this store. I leave, drive 20 minutes away, come back, and I'm like, shit, I want to go to this store. Drive 20 minutes away, come back, and by that point, I'm just like, I don't want to fucking do nothing.
I mean, I guess my day was kind of cool though. I hung in the dispensary most of the day. I finished the website. I finally finished the website.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Hey, Kentucky guys and Tennessee guys. I got to throw that in there for him. Highscoredispensary.com, guys. I made the website. It ships now. Very good things. Check it out. Anyway.
Nice. Does it ship to all 50 states?
It only ships to Tennessee and Kentucky as of right now. But very soon.
Nice. That's awesome. So today's guest, man, is somebody that appears on Netflix. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Yes. Ohio Valley Wrestling's Jake Lawless. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Looking forward to this one.
Man, pleasure to be in here. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Sean. And thank you, Demon, my dog. Sorry about that. Dude.
That's no big deal. He's excited too. That's no big deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He gets all sorts of excited now. Someone's probably walking up to the house. Nonetheless, though, Jay, Sean, thank y'all for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your time.
Absolutely.
All right, so Jay,
run it.
Jay, you start out real quick.
Yeah, so I want to know where Flawless came from first.
Man,
I've been studying up on you and been watching you. I see that you're Flawless, but where did it come from? It had to have a backstory.
Flawless actually, he grew up on a little farm back in Iowa. Actually, had 500 head of beef cattle. I could drive a tractor before I could a car. Nonetheless, though, yeah, that's where Flawless started. And I didn't actually shoot down to Tennessee till I think about 2014, roughly. But I mean, I still remember growing up as a kid. Monday nights, it was the one night my mom every week would let us stay up to watch wrestling. And every Monday we were excited. 8 o'clock, we'd be there in the living room, lights off. My mom went to bed early, single mom, raising us hard. But nonetheless, yes, I still remember that as a kid. So it was always big, huge inspiration. But then when I shot down to Tennessee, I actually had no intentions of starting in the wrestling business. I just wanted to get out of Iowa, had a nice little lawn mowing service back in Iowa. I was just shooting back and forth, and I was helping my uncle recover from cancer. At the same time, my uncle Bert Prentice was running USA Championship Wrestling. And of course, he's not just going to let me sit there and take care of him. He's going to send me on the road. I was postering towns. I was doing all the background stuff without ever realizing it. And I was just always there to be helpful, I guess. Eventually, I was dang near 2-man, sometimes 3-man ring crew, but I was the one who'd bring the ring to the show. I was the last one there, tear it down, and I'd be hauling it back. That lasted a good little while, just headed back and forth. And actually, it was Gladeville, Tennessee. We run a show, I think it was about 2-3 hours. Just got the ring set up. My uncle got the call. Referee couldn't make it or whatever. And Steve-O was one of our workers. My Uncle Bert called him, and I'm talking within the hour, Steve-O actually had his Reds credit card and then went and got me the whole ref get up. Oh, dude, from the ref suit, slacks, pants, I mean, belt, had the Nike wristbands to even make it look official. So, yeah, they just decked me out in a ref suit. And, like, you've seen enough, just listen. I'll tell you when to count 3. And like 5 matches, 6 matches every single night for weeks on end, 2, 3 shows. And it was about 6 months later I started training. My first training session was with Chris Michaels back when he was at Saw. I think he was their champion at the time too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And it was so long ago. This will shock you. My very first training session, I was so green and so unintelligent of how wrestling works that when I got there, I had my wrestling shoes, some knee pads, and clothes on. And they're just sitting around. We were chaining in the ring. And I remember Kevin Zion in there, Nick Stanley, a couple others. But I just hopped on the edge of the ring, and Kevin Zion's working him over, brings this dude in a headlock, and he reaches out for the tag, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I just kind of scooted close to the corner, and they all looked at me weird, and he wrenches them closer, and he brings them in like, come on, tag in. My God, I hopped off the ring, and I told him I had no idea what I'm doing, dude. Yeah, that's actually how Flawless Jake Lawless started. It was my first training session. Didn't know what I was doing.
Just went in.
Oh yeah, 100%. And man, my wrestling career really took off just by the people I was working with, like Chris Michaels. I got to work Sean Schultz from TNA, Mike Rapata, just some unsung legends in the indie world for sure. And I mean, I could list them on for days, but then I even got some pretty cool matches against some Memphis legends from Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Wildfire Tommy Rich. I tagged with Coco Beware in a midget one time in Omen Arena. I mean, just unbelievable times for a guy my age that got to accomplish that stuff. I mean, I was truly blessed in the backside of the business from my uncle. I mean, because nowadays, I mean, people back then never got in so easy. And I mean, I put in some time on the backside to my uncle's wrestling business, but that's where a lot of my dues got paid, and they're never really truly paid. I'm still there. I still help out with the ring on the shows I'm on. I always show up early and attentive.
That's
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's very important. To get in there and get those reps in, not just in the ring, but as setting up and kind of paying those dues, man. That's huge.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, I was in Selmer, Tennessee, actually, and Jimmy Hart, legend in the business, Hall of Famer. I just got done main eventing, and I went to the back talking, and I ended up coming out because I was going to start signing to May by 10, selling gimmicks. First person to start tearing down that ring was Jimmy Hart in that arena, and shook me. Half the crowd's out. Yep, Jimmy Hart's right there, and he's starting to try untying the canvas and stuff and the ring skirts. That was first person was there. He beat the ring there.
Legend. Yes,
100%. And I mean, from there on, I mean, it shows. I mean, no matter how big the star you are, you're still not better than the ring crew.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Jay, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just saying that, like, that's the reason that we do this. Like the stories that you're in right now. I mean, that's why I push so hard for you guys. I know I might not make a huge difference, but maybe that one person, that second person, the promoter sees you. That's why I push, man. The stuff that y'all do, God, I couldn't imagine, man. I just underpaid and underrated, man. Indie wrestling.
That's a lot of the business, because I mean, wrestlers get the main star stage, but the person holding that camera doesn't get enough credit. Them persons, people in the office flipping buttons and all that. There's some of the people, and I make sure every time I'm at OVW or anywhere else, everyone's hand gets shook.
Dude, that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, like 100%. Shoot, they're the ones making me look good. It's not just me.
That's absolutely.
Awesome. I love
And
it.
then there's so many damn promotions out there, man. There's so many shows to be on. I mean, just 5 years ago they started a regular show in Alaska, which is insane. You now have indie wrestling in Alaska. Crazy.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
wild. I
You
remember
know,
Freya. She said something about that. Freya the Slayer from OVW, great worker. I mean, probably the only Alaskan female wrestler by far. Definitely got to be the best out of Alaska if she's not the only one. But yeah, she was telling me about that show, and I heard it did pretty well.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and
Yeah.
her story is wild too. I heard a brief glimpse of it. I was out one night and then ran into them, and I was like, just talking to everybody, asking, kind of like what I do, man, like where, like how'd you get in this position that you're in? And I heard the short story, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah,
We did have her
absolutely.
on.
Actually, to see where she came from. But
Maybe
I
I
mean,
can
the
do it.
dedication people have to have for wrestling because it's not the easiest lifestyle. I mean, you hear about people being on the road 5 days a week. I mean, back in 20 years ago or so, but being 5 days on the week on the road, you're never home. You're always traveling. So I mean, it's always been a rough lifestyle. You got to
Absolutely.
keep in the gym. You got to keep eating right, and you're just tearing at your body every single day.
Absolutely. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take it back. We're gonna rewind a little bit. What got you, or what was your first memory of professional wrestling?
My first memory.
Or your favorite memory?
Actually, no. One of my first memories of actually indie wrestling was the very first indie show I seen. I came down. God, I had to be at least maybe 13, 14 years old. But my uncle was in Nashville running the fairgrounds that time area. Uh, and I remember just shooting down. My whole mom's side of the family was down, and my uncle had this nice big huge show. Da da da, doing a raffle, and I was just helping him out, pass out tickets. I mean, a little bit taller of a kid, but I still remember this little like 5-year-old came up and asked if I was a wrestler. Shoot, I wasn't. I'm still in middle school. Like, come on, but man, it was a nice inspiration. I mean, it was the first time I really felt like, I mean, a role model or someone people could look up to in a sense. And I mean, that's always stuck with me. I still remember the little kid's face. Couldn't tell you his name or what he looks like nowadays, but still, it's always stuck with me that little time in the Nashville Fairgrounds.
That's awesome.
You guys
What?
are heroes for
Yeah.
sure. You guys are these kids' heroes. Like hell, you guys are my hero. And I'm a
Man,
grown
I actually got a picture of my phone last Thursday, and for some odd reason, I got there super early to this show, but there was already fans outside before most of the workers.
Yep.
The kids were outside playing with their figures, so I took my bags in and I came back outside and I started playing with the kids. They had a bunch of little action figures and stuff. Yeah, but I mean that's probably one of the biggest inspirations and one of the like coolest things that's wrestling's give back. I know OVW's done some stuff, but really at USA Championship Wrestling, like when I was first starting, my uncle was always about fundraisers and he did Christmas for kids every year and da 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 this. I remember one of my first Christmases down here in Tennessee, even before I started wrestling. I think I actually started refereeing, but I had to deliver Christmas trees to a bunch of little kids that poorer families that came to the show, but weren't pretty much going to have a Christmas because of it. So, yeah, my uncle, I mean, he'd straight shoot at the Walmart wherever he had to. And yeah, he'd buy a couple Christmas trees, flood me up and send me on there. And I mean, it was truly amazing what that man did for a lot of little people. I mean, just not even in this, like the Glayville, Nashville area, but all the way out to Memphis. He actually, in that town of Jackson, where he had Omen Arena and then the ballpark, and probably a lot of people didn't even hear about it. But he used to bring in the kids from the boys' home, give them a little bit of inspiration and just nice interactions to show them there's more to life than just doing, I mean, criminal stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a nice experience. Changed a few of those lives. There's a boy actually, he still messages me to this day. Tells me how he's doing. He's actually, it was last year he graduated high school, and he's got a nice stable job right now. But he's looking at some college courses, see what he can do for grants for this upcoming semester next year. But I still remember, I mean, that boy had no future when I remember seeing him at Oviedo. No future. And I mean, little kid, he was all tatted up already, ain't even graduated high school. And just hanging out with the wrong people, doing the wrong things, and truly changed his whole life around.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Dude, the
There's a lot of
stories that wrestling's brought me is just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's crazy because we, with the boom in social media over the past 20 years or so, you hear all the horror stories when it comes to any realm, right? Entertainment, professional wrestling, sports, all that stuff. It's very rare that you hear the good side of things. So I'm glad that you shared that story, man, because that's important.
Oh, 100%. But, just like they say, every saint has a past. You know,
And you,
I wouldn't say it was doing the best.
you guys don't realize too, man. The wrestlers, you guys have power, man. Like you guys have power to do that. That's what, like what you say. That's what it's all about. What he was doing was what it's all about, man. Like that, kids look up to you guys, and like that's you can make differences like where we can't. So it's like I'm glad that you see that you do that you do. That's cool that you do. That's the whole point of that was that's awesome that you do that.
Man, no, absolutely. No, I appreciate it. I mean, you remember as a kid, people, they come to the gym and they do the huge rallies and they do a nice huge speaking. And I mean, it changed a lot of people's lives. I mean, at least for a good week, if not longer. But those were always just, I mean, them people just, I wouldn't say giving back, but literally changing it just by the power of their voice. And that same thing with wrestling. I mean, been able to give me that nice little platform to do that, even if it is just on a smaller scale right now. The fact I do got some stories, and I know my hands that, God, it's about to sound weird, but my hand has touched people and changed their lives in a sense. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound weird. That's awesome. That's what I want people to say about me. That's what
that's
I want.
right.
Yes. Yes, seriously. That's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what was the moment that made you fall in love with professional wrestling?
I was trying to think about mine, Sean.
Yeah, that's a stumped one because I mean, when I first came to, Tennessee, like I said, I had no intentions of being a wrestler or anything like that. I mean, it was just, more of a fabled dream, not even like I guess a goal or anything I truly wanted to do. I just want to be rich and successful like everyone else. But I guess the moment that probably truly, it had to be probably one of the Christmas for Kids times in Gladeville. I mean, just, all them poor undermanaged, but all poor families, having memorable, priceless moments. That's what made me fall in love with wrestling, because wrestling did that for a bunch of families. And I remember being a kid. My mom was a single mom for most of it until she met my stepdad and blah, 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 blah. But me and my sister there for our mom, I remember some poor Christmases at the time. My family was not rich by no means. But my mom provided the best way she could, and she worked her ass off to do it. But at the same time, I remember being one of them poor families and being a selfish kid too. I wish I had more. I wish I had more. But the fact, some of these families were even just able to actually have a Christmas and taking them Christmas trees. I still got a picture somewhere on my phone. The first Christmas tree I delivered to these two little girls right outside Nashville, I think Antioch area or something like that. But yeah, just truly priceless, memorable moments made by wrestling.
Also,
love with it.
You have an interesting perspective in that, right? from somebody that kind of grew up on the wrong side of the tracks a little bit. You have a different perspective of it where, some of these other guys and gals that are in professional wrestling are in the same position that you're in, that are doing the same thing that you're doing, right? They may not have that perspective of growing up underprivileged, right? Like, but you do, and that's where like that heart comes in, man, and that's where like the feeling, because I mean, your uncle could have been like, hey, go take these Christmas trees. You can be like, nah, man, I got something better to do. But you have that in your heart, right? And like I know for me, I've been in positions like that before where I've had that in my heart, and I've been like, man, I felt so much better on the back end after doing that, right? Like that filled my cup. And so, you have a different perspective than a lot of other people do.
100%. Yeah. I mean, that was the part of, truly got me to stay with wrestling. I mean, wrestling, when I first seen it, I was just glamorized by partying, sex, drugs, rock and roll, It was that part of it. And I guess that's what really attracted me to it, is just because it was another party time. I mean, before I left Iowa, I was right outside Iowa State University. I was partying all the time. Another wild story time, but nonetheless, though, yeah, I mean, that attracted me to a lot of the wrestling side, was the after parties and stuff. But once you start seeing truly what you can, how wrestling can change somebody's life and make a memory, I mean, that's what truly wrestling was about, I guess. I mean, everyone falls in love because, I went with my dad to this wrestling show as a kid, and I seen Stone Cold give The Rock a stunner, and I want to be that guy. Like, that's what everyone's love for it is. But to me, I guess it was just another TV show growing up, because I never seen live shows as a kid. So it was just another TV show on the TV. And it'd just be like, I mean, wanting to be a wrestler was like wanting to be, a Power Ranger. It was not going to happen. And I mean, I say that, look at me now.
A magical thing. That's what, it's like a magical thing. Like, all these guys are magical heroes, I mean.
And that's I think, the biggest part people don't get is every single wrestler, or, well, not every single, but most wrestlers weren't anything to start with. Average Joes. Anyone can do it, but not everyone has the discipline, the mindset, heart, drive, and is willing to do the sacrifice it takes to be in this position.
Absolutely.
To be a wrestler.
Absolutely. So you talked about running the circuits in Memphis and Nashville. How did the OVW deal come about for you?
Oh, yeah.
How did OVW come about? So towards the end, my uncle, cancer returned again, third time. But my uncle could tell he was going down. I was still in the fantasy, this guy's going to live for forever, da, da, da. But my uncle actually just hit up Al Snow, shot him a message. Al Snow messaged him back. Awesome, yeah, give the kid a chance. Totally. Hit up Adam Revolver. I sent Adam Revolver a message. He sent me a date. And then I shot up to OVW.
That's awesome. Yeah, awesome.
Who was my first match against? I can't even remember. But first match, apparently, I mean, it stuck well. Because ever since then, I was coming back, and I was making people. I ain't gonna say I was putting people. I was making people look good for a hot little while before that. If you go back when I was at OVW, the key on a pull match. That was truly the start where I started making a name at OVW. I was just some average Joe Blow there coming over and just putting up good matches to make people look even better than, sometimes what they are. But that chain on a pull match, I truly think to this day, the reason I was the one to get that key is because everyone else was too chicken shit in that match to climb the pole. And yeah, that was just an opportunity I took and I ran with, and I kept running with till I biffed it and ended up in cuffs. But yeah.
How was it learning under Al Snow?
Dude,
Even to this day, learning under Al Snow is a blessing. And I mean, Al Snow is not the only head. I mean, great mind there. Doug Basham is another head coach up there, and just the knowledge both of them have is beyond phenomenal. You couldn't ask for deeper thoughts to go into. Al Snow is, I mean, he just seems like this big old guy, you know, big gruely, but I mean, he truly puts it like, he just puts it into words that's simple, easy to understand. You can take the hardest concept of wrestling and he can make it in one sentence and make it even to the dumbest person make sense. And I mean, just the way, I mean, he explains everything. And I mean, you see what OVW product is. That man puts on quality. He just knows wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hit, you know, on top of not just being able to explain it, like learning from a mind that is so creative and understands the ins and outs of the business, and on top of that, like understands character development is very, very important. You know, we've had people on the show that talk about, you know, character development, but like I would say out of everybody, you know, that we've talked to and talked about, I think Al Snow is the most is like the poster child for character development, because that man's done damn near everything in the business.
Oh, 100% he has. And I mean, he's learned everything. I mean, as he went on, I mean, he wasn't just a genius at the beginning, but it's because of all the experience he's had over the years that made him to the man he is today. And I'm sure he still has things to learn or do, but man, the mind he has is just, it's untapped potential. If you shoot, their school is, I just think up there for roster training with Doug Basham, of course, Al snuck in. Al even used to do, he rewatch film with us and just critique it. And yeah, I mean, it excelled several wrestlers' careers. It's just untapped potential. People, I mean, God, just need to. I mean, he's even got some YouTube videos people need to go look at. Even if you can't get the chance to go really pick at Al Snow's brain, go watch the YouTube videos at least.
Yeah. I think there's a few like unsung heroes in wrestling as far as like talking about wrestling. He's one of them, as well as Steven Richards. I do Steven Richards yoga. It's like a branch off of DDP's yoga, and like the mind that man has for not just physical, the physical health of yourself, but like mental and emotional too is huge.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, and you got to have the right mindset in this business, because it's a dark place at times.
Yeah, we can't have no goddamn psychopaths jump. Sorry for the word, the GD word.
Hey, it's up in the corner, man. It's up in the corner.
Okay. I'll put it in the swear jar. I'll put it in the swear jar.
It's up in the corner. It's okay. If people can't listen to cussing, they don't need to be on this damn show.
That's right.
We're gonna hear cussing.
Right. So this is a
language.
Yeah, we had to put it up there for a reason, because people were like, we didn't like the way that Sean.
Somebody had an issue and yada yada. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways. So this is the portion of the show where we kind of start talking about some of the more things that we enjoy about wrestling. If you had 3 opponents, any promotion, any timeline, dead or alive, that you could choose, who would you choose?
Wow. Dang. Definite. 3 workers, dead or alive.
He throws some hard questions out,
that's
man.
Tough, yeah. I mean,
you can give us 1. You don't have to do 3.
Yeah.
Throw some questions out, man.
There's Sean Schultz is definitely one I'd love to run it back with. I got him working once in Gladeville, Tennessee, and man, I was so underqualified for that match. Bless his dude's heart, but I mean, carried me like a damn baby, and then boom, put me over. The show is wild. But nonetheless, I definitely love to run it back now that I can actually run it. So besides Sean Schultz,
I want to see you and Chris Michaels.
Man, me
Dude,
and
I want to
him
see
have
it.
ran it so many times. Oh my god, that was one of the guys, like I said, who shot my career to the moon.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you cannot have a bad match with Chris Michaels. If you
He's
had a
a
bad
cool
match
dude,
with Chris
man. He's a
Michaels, you
cool
might as
dude.
well get out the business. This ain't for you. But oh yeah, and I mean, shoot, I'd say Chase Stevens, but nah, I just miss hanging out with him and partying. And Chase was actually one of the guys that first takes me downtown Nashville, of course. Him, Chris Michaels. He was one of Bert's babies. Hey, Bert, let me take the boy downtown Nashville. Hell no, Chase. Morning. Yep, I ended up hopping in the Jeep and we'd take off.
Chase is too busy. He's done told me twice he'd be on here. Damien was on. You know Damien Wayne?
Oh yeah, good guy.
Yeah, he was our last guy, and he's talking about Chase. And then Chase was like, "Well, send me the link." So I send Chase the link. Chase is still not on. This is number 2 that's mentioned.
Let me tell you, what you got to do is play his music at
He's
least
busy.
twice. And
Oh,
I think usually about the second and a half, third time you're playing it, that's when he'll start getting dressed and make his way
Bad
out.
Company. He plays Bad Company, but it's old 5-finger death punch.
Good punches,
Yes. When
It's
he
not
waits
the
until it goes
original
to it,
Bad
you're
Company.
right.
Yeah.
And he even gets at CCW, he gets timeouts. They give him timeouts. He's not.
God.
He's actually. I was talking about LG3. Well, LG3, Sean. He's wrestling
Yeah.
LG3 the 21st, man. LG3's wrestling Chase, man.
Well, hold on. I might be in Tennessee at that time.
No way. June 21st.
Yeah. I'm driving up that Friday.
Going be there. I'm going early. Actually, I'm going to take some anyway. So yeah, I had to say Chase. Back to where we were.
Yeah. Chase.
Back to where we were.
Are you in Tennessee? Are you up in Louisville area, or do you live in Tennessee?
No, I'm about 30 minutes outside Nashville.
Oh, okay. So you're not. You should go north side.
Nope, east.
Oh, I was about to say you live a mile away if you're north side. I'm about 35 north of Nashville. So I got to get up there to see you. I got to go up to OVW for sure.
Man, it's solid. Well, shoot, actually, it wasn't too long ago. Landon, Tyler Whitehead.
Yeah.
Him and Kevin Martin run that show at the Mexican restaurant outside of Antioch. I actually hit that up, and man, that is such an underrated show. It's just starting, granted, but I mean, they've got workers from NWA, from Georgia, but I mean, it was a lot of them. I mean, very talented individuals, and I mean, it's a great little venue. The Mexican food there is good, beer's good.
Oh, that's that. Is that one on Nolensville Road? That mariachi, is that what you're talking about? That mariachi place or whatever over there?
So,
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think Toby Farley wrestled there not long ago. I think I know. Anyway, I try to keep up with it, but yeah, that place is awesome. You're right. That place is really cool.
Speaking of Toby, another unsung indie hero. Man, oh my God, me and that guy had so many great matches, and I mean, he made me look like $1 million several different times over.
Dude's awesome. He's crazy. He does some crazy stuff, man. He's awesome.
But he has such an art, especially in some of the death match. See, I'm definitely not a death match dude. I don't get turned on by the fact of sticking a bunch of chopsticks in my forehead.
Yeah, no
but
thanks.
The way Toby Farley does it, it's like such a nice little art to it, almost like back to the funk days and old ECW.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's not doing a bunch of like slaughter, like murderous stuff to his body. He's actually got a nice, beautiful art to it, like the old ECW. Yeah. That's why I think I still like. I mean, Toby is so well respected as a wrestler because he's mastered that side of it. But yet he can still come to a family indie show, do strong style type wrestling, and I mean, 5-star matches, 100%. Another just beautiful hero.
I've only got to see him once, but yeah, it was a wild match. I think it was a barbed wire match. I think it's what I saw.
Right? Yep.
Something like that. Yeah, it was something crazy. I don't remember.
Well, he's definitely a tough SOB.
He is, man. God, dude, all you guys are. He is, my and dude. If I fell off the top, if I did a flip or something off the top rope one time, I'm done, man. Like I want to be Jimmy Hart. I can all day long be Jimmy Hart, but I'm not going to be anybody else.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm hats off to you guys, man. Which I'm almost 42. I'm not going to be doing much of anything, but you know. So
yeah, I had opportunity to train when I was in North Carolina. When I was around Pat Powers, he invited me out to Ringworth, Carolina, to one of the schools, and I just thought about it. I was like, I'm still young, but I had the brain injury thing going on. I was like, man, if I bump my brain one more good time, it may be over. We're not doing that again. Fuck that. And then in Alaska, I was thinking about it too. I was like, oh yeah, but the brain injury thing was like skyrocketing. I was like, man, so I'm just a fan now. I just love it. I love watching you guys do crazy shit.
I'm a damn determined fan.
I guess so many wrestlers though ain't properly diagnosed too though. I know I've got a concussion or two in this sport, and I've had some before, but you know I've always just brushed it off as mom's worries. To this day, she still be checking on me after she be watching the matches. Like, oh my gosh, are you really okay? But that's always just gonna be mom's worries to me. I mean, until I'm literally physically incapable of standing and doing some flips and working and stuff like that, I'll probably still be doing wrestling.
See, that's why I do this. That's why I do this. You're doing this for me and him. I can at least do this for you.
Hey, I can dig it.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. So many workers do not take advantage of options like these. Jessie Bell's her name. And I'm sure y'all know who Tracy Smothers was. She was telling me how he told her that anytime stuff comes up like this, whether you're paid for, whether it's free, whether do it. 100% do it. It's great publicity every time, and too many people don't take advantage of other people's platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and absolutely. And the social, and I mean, Sean shares it out on his stuff, and I mean, across which I mean, I have a paranormal team too, but I don't use that side of it. But that's actually how I met Sean. That's another story for another time. But I mean, across platforms, I have like 15,000 followers, man. And if that one or two people see you that need to see you, that's all it takes. I could have that one guy, I could have that one dude at TNA that nobody else, for some reason, he follows me, and then he sees that. I could say, hell yeah, he saw it on that show. I might not know that, but hell, at least I gave the shot.
Man, it happens so often in wrestling too. It's just being at the right place at the right time. And I go back to the story of Marco's stunt being, I think he shot up to show all the way up towards New York or whatever. But that's how he originally got seen by AEW, and bam, just be in the right place, right time.
For sure.
Yeah, it's important. It's very important to be in the right place, right time. To get those interactions that you need, and regardless as to what happened, after with Marco Stunt, the fact that matters, he was there, he got seen, and he had a contract. You know what I mean? But
more than a lot of other people got.
What's up?
Said that's a lot more than a lot of other people got. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what would you say your favorite finisher is, whether it's yours or somebody else's?
Finisher.
I mean, I've always just flat out loved the super kick. I still, even to this day, I'm trying to use it as a finisher. But one of the most coolest finishers is Shane's moonsault and battery, the backflip.
Oh yeah,
that is wicked. But I mean, Cody Rhodes' Crossroads. I've done a variation of that called the Lawbreaker. Yeah, I use that at OVW for a hot video.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
For me, I love those moves that can be hit out of nowhere. Like JBL's clothesline is vicious, and that thing.
Yes.
Jesus, thing is beautiful. And then
Randy's RKO, just being able to hit out of nowhere. And that's the same reason I love the super kick. Out of nowhere on anybody, anything. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the question. When do you feel a super kick is overdone? Or do you feel that?
Yeah. No, it's definitely overdone. By the time you do it once or twice, by the time you do it twice, it's overdone. Depending on the match, though, you know. But a finisher is the finish. It's over. Once you hit that move, it's done. When Kane chokeslammed a dude, they're done. They're not getting back up.
Yeah.
Randy's RKO, you're done. You're not getting back up.
We get on that subject.
Bam, done. It's a finisher.
We get on this subject every time, man, because that's what Sean was going to say too. We talk to every wrestler because finishers are not finishers anymore, and we always ask their opinions because you don't have finishers anymore. Like if you like a super kick with Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music, it was done. Like you said, Kane chokeslam, it's done. Tombstone, it's done. Now, what's up with that? What do you?
But to this day, though, Jack Vaughn, great example. You know what's different from my clothesline compared to his clothesline? His clothesline beats people. It's a finisher because he beats people with it.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was talking about. I've talked to my son about it. So, you know, like, and my buddies like leg drops. Like, you know, like Hulk Hogan, his finisher was a leg drop. Freaking like Matt Hardy, they would like off the top rope leg drops, and they would kick out. Like it's just. I guess a finisher is all about an actual. I mean, Jake the Snake was a DDT, so
yeah.
You know, there's also the evolution of wrestling too, right? Like certain moves have more power, right? You know, we've seen you know, way back in the day where Spinebuster would end the match, or an elbow. You know, Hulk Hogan did a leg drop.
I mean, start going over with the leg drop. That's gonna be many finish. Little leg drop.
That's what I mean. I'm telling you. So I want to know about your championships. Like we've never asked a wrestler about championships, Sean. Like what championships have you won? Like I meant to ask. I have not asked any of them. Like what championships have you won? I've seen a few, but like I would be interested.
The very first one and the one that meant the most was definitely the USA heavyweight title out of my uncle's promotion. But he had a set of tag belts that I've won, and then he had the Southern Kentucky, or not the Southern Heavyweight Championship. It was a remake from way back in the day, the old Memphis Wrestling one. I won those three, and then when I came to OVW, I won there the Country Boy Bruin, the blue belt. It's Country Boy Bruin heavyweight title or something. So many names now for championships. It's rough.
There is, man.
I won that, and then I won their tag team championships recently as well at OVW.
Nice.
I've had opportunities to hold other belts. I didn't want to for the companies. So. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good though. You definitely want to make sure that you're comfortable being where you need to be for sure.
Yeah.
So
a little bit more selective.
That's cool, man. It's cool. I've never asked that. I've always wondered that. Like I didn't ask any of the other guys because like you never know. Like there's so many promotions that you guys wrestle for. It'd be cool just to know the different promotions. That's why I figured I'd ask that. So
man, I felt that.
Yeah. And now that Ric Flair is claiming that he's won 20 championships because of other, I mean, like, come on, that's fucking crazy. Let's go. But anyways, man, this is part of the show where we ask something. I kind of adopted this from Chris Van Vliet. I adore that man as an interviewer. But his closing question and mine is, what are 3 things you are grateful for today?
Shoot. I am absolutely grateful for my beautiful, healthy daughter. She is 8. If y'all have ever seen the Netflix stuff, it was a bittersweet day when I lost my son. So having my daughter is one thing that keeps me up. That is, I mean, every single day, 100% grateful for that. The other thing is my mom. to this day, that woman's still my rock. I call her in times of need. I call her when I have questions about the doctor stuff and I don't want to go. But definitely those two women I am beyond grateful for. And other than that, I'm happy to actually be alive in great health, and definitely not in the same place I was a few years ago. I know he didn't get touched on that dark side of my dark side of the ring, but it was a dark time. So I'm glad to be out of that part. So I'm truly grateful for that, and I know several other people are as well.
If you ever want to share that story, I mean, we could do another episode if you want. We didn't go into that part, but if you ever want to share that side, we could do a short story side and do that sometime, man. We're open to. I want your fans to be able to hear everything about you that you want to share. So anytime that if you decide that you want to do that, you're okay. If anytime that you decide that you want to do that, you just holler, man.
Yeah,
we're pretty much.
I'm sure I'll eventually put it out there. Eventually, someone will ask to hear it. But
hey, man, we can set it up. You just tell me when. I'd like to hear it.
Yeah,
we'll definitely do something one of these days. Definitely get down with another one. But yeah, 100%. Those three things: my daughter, my mama, and to be in a lot better place.
That's awesome, man.
That's
awesome. Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. Thank you for being here, Jake. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for spending a little bit of time on your Monday night with us.
Man, like I said, I'm thankful to be here from both. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jay, for reaching out. Sean,
no problem,
both of y'all for having me on your show. I mean, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing this there.
I'm gonna have to make a date and come up there. I mean, it's only 2.5 hours, but man, it'd be worth the drive. Maybe me and my son could come up and stay overnight or something just to see you guys. Because I kind of sort of before Bigfoot got big, like they call him Bigfoot. It's Mike, but like before, he was gonna come on the show, and then So
good luck now.
Yeah, I'm not ever gonna get to talk to him, but I want to get up there and see you guys. And then Brandon Davis, BD. I've ran into him a couple of times. He actually just recently, this past ECW, was there and invited us up to OVW. So we got to get up there, man. We got all kinds of reasons.
So, I mean, you'd be surprised if Bigfoot shows up more often than you'd expect. I mean, sometimes you're shooting a message, that man still may pop up for like a quick little 15 minutes.
Yeah,
but yeah, Brandon Davis, he's been shooting up there a couple times. Recent guy I just met, actually pretty cool dude. Real just chill, great, and got a good head on him. Real newer to the business, but he's putting in some hard work and he's putting in some good time for it too. So he's definitely in the right place, that's for sure.
I know you know Jake Painter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dude got some talent on that. Yeah,
that's my buddy.
I've been peeping some of his stuff. Yeah, for sure. And he's doing great work. I don't know where he came from out of left field. I ain't got his backstory or nothing, but I mean, dude, literally just, I mean, it seemed like he popped up like that. And I mean,
he's a good dude.
One of those.
He's genuine, man. He's like you. He's genuine. You genuine guys deserve it, man. You guys deserve it more than anybody, because there's a lot of guys that I've met over the years, because I've been doing this. I mean, I'm 41. I've been watching wrestling and doing things since I was 37. So I met a lot of assholes over the years, and I just appreciate you being one of the good guys. Because there's a lot out there, man. There's a lot that I've actually looked in their face and said, the reason that you're here is because of people like me. So I appreciate you being the nice guy.
100% where it is. I mean, there's a point of being a heel and being a fucking dick.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a good difference, and sometimes, I mean, I've met quite a few dicks in this business that weren't swinging dick around this business. That's for sure.
Right.
And that's why I don't like MJF. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and shut down the show. We're going to get another episode on the books with Jake a little bit later on down the road. But like I said, Jake, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us and just spending a little bit of time with us. And as I say in every episode to the end, wrestling is real. People are fake.